Right now. Okay.
Well, I'm leaving the parking lot in the federal courthouse in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I wasn't quite accurate on my description. I got Kenny Rhodes with me. I'm going to wait a second, get a few more people on there because I got exactly 0. Oh, I got one. There's one person now. Hey, who is that? Kelly Cooper, you are the grand prize winner for the first person on this live stream. I'll just go ahead because I can repost it and everybody else can get their the information. The best live stream was done by Andrea Parker today. Okay, that's the best information you can get with all the particulars, and then of course you got Sergeant Mo, and she did an excellent job also, but I'm just going to hit on a few things that I feel that weren't covered, and it's very few things, believe me. My first, just overall observation of what happened today is this is the worst start for the federal government in any of these cases I have been to. They looked, I don't even know how to put it, disorganized, made all kinds of multiple mistakes, on and on and on, and they just, I gotta say it, they look, to me, they look pathetic. They look pitiful. Poor Sheriff Lombardo, man, I actually do feel sorry for the guy. He looks like he's between a rock and a hard spot. He looked unkept. He's got to get somebody to tailor his clothes for him because, wow. That's how bad it was. His hair was, his overall everything, he just looked unkept. He got caught in contradictions. He seemed to be at times really searching for words and the right thing to say. Remember what Ammon Bundy said about the truth? Why it's so beautiful, because it's so easy to see. Absolutely did not see this with Sheriff Lombardo. Like I said, I was feeling bad for the man up there. And, you know, the thought crossed my mind, and I talked to Maureen Peltier about it too. Has he been threatened with being arrested and indicted by the federal government? I mean, the thought crossed my mind, the thought crossed her mind. And he really, I'll tell you how bad it was. There's a gentleman sitting in front of us. He taught for 13 years at the police academy, and it's called court demeanor. And he said is the worst he's ever seen. And I mean, he kept saying, what is going on here? How many times did he turn around and talk to us, Kenny?
Yeah, a lot.
Multiple times. And it was all very questioning. Why did he say that? You know, he told me, you never use the word assume. You never use the word I believe. And repeatedly, Sheriff Lombardo used those words repeatedly. Well, I assume, well, you know, I believe. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Those were kind of the standout things that I saw. The judge, well, let's go back to Steve Myrie. A completely different demeanor. He acted like he was guilty while he was up there giving his opening remarks. Like the first trial, he was loud, boisterous, really emphasizing and being emphatic, and he was just monotone voice up there. Like I said, he almost looked like he was embarrassed to even talk. The judge, you know, in the past trials, she was been all dolled up, looking good. You've heard me say her, you know, I've said several times she's an attractive lady, and, you know, sitting up there, her cute self. Wow, no makeup. Her hair was nothing like done like it was before, and she just seemed to routinely and voluntarily put on this sad face. I was like, what is going on here? I'm like, wow, you guys just aren't into this. You know, it's so obvious they don't believe in what they're doing. I think that's what I'm trying to say. They do not believe in what they were doing. Oh, am I going to make this light, Kenny?
You made it.
I made it. No sirens. Okay, I made it. Yeah, they just, between the prosecution and the judge, it looked like they just didn't even want to be there. And that's the feeling I got. The other thing, which was a little bit surprising, is the judge actually sustained some of our objections, and overruled their objections. That was a first.
3 times.
3 times? 3 times.
That's all.
Well, there wasn't that many though today, so I would say that's a good sign, you know. What can you think of anything, Kenny? You know, while Kenny's thinking there, I'm going to bring up something else, which there's several things I've never seen before in my life. And even this gentleman that taught 13 years in the police academy for proper court demeanor, he said he's never seen these things, okay? One is the judge asking the jury, do you have any questions?
For the sheriff.
Yeah, for the sheriff. Well, here's what gets crazy. She took the questions and she answered them all but one, which was, I thought that was nuts. Another thing which I'd never seen before in this court observer that taught at the police academy. Oh no, he didn't mention this. I saw this and I wasn't even sure what I heard until afterwards. But the defense attorney asked a question in cross-examination of Sheriff Lombardo, and he was interrupted by the judge, and the judge said that was a stupid question. What? Are you serious? How do you? That is so disrespectful. I can't believe it. And the look on his face was like, yeah, he was actually embarrassed. But can you imagine the guy? He's cross-examination, and the judge says, that was a stupid question you asked him. Oh my gosh, I don't get it. This is crazy. So it was a very unique day, something that has pretty much blown all our socks off. If the judge was smart, she would just declare a mistrial and send everybody home, because this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of this case. And they looked horrible. The prosecution looked horrible. And that's not just me saying it. I mean, Roger Root, who, you know, is paralegal and he's been through all these cases, I talked to him, you know, he's rolling his eyes like, what the heck just happened? The prosecution showed a level of inept. They showed, but that's what happens when you're prosecuting a case that is so really one-sided. They have no way that they can get any type of consistency for the prosecution. They're totally broke up. They're here, there, they're everywhere. They're all over the board and getting caught in contradictions. People, to me, if this is the best they got, this is over with. And this is the second time these people may have been tried, and they're trying a whole new approach, and it is far worse than the approach they used last time. And they got their butts handed to them in that one. Okay, I'm going to sign off unless Kenny's got something he'd like to say.
Now, the only thing I got to say is that even the sheriff said that the BLM didn't have the expertise and all that for crowd handling, so he had to take it over. So, in other words, the BLM, with all their guns, they try to keep that from coming out. How they never would let that out today, that the BLM had guns pointed at us when we were walking up to the gate. But I mean, it was actually a clown show.
Well, that's a good description. You know, that was a clown show. What do you think this is? I think I just broke my thing. I was trying to bend it too far. But anyhow, folks, I'm going to say this. I'm going to stick my neck out and say this. This thing's over with. God bless everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.